She said monogamy was a cage, until she saw me free and happy. If someone had told me a year ago that I'd be smiling while watching my ex spiral on social media, I'd have called them crazy. But here I am, sipping bourbon on a Friday night, watching her post cryptic quotes about being betrayed by those closest to you. And I can't help but smirk. Funny thing is, I never betrayed her. I just moved on, something she never thought I'd do. Her name's Brielle. Sounds exotic, right? She made sure you knew how unique she was, not just with her name, but her philosophies too. Vegan except on weekends, spiritual, but only when it suited her, and morally open, particularly about relationships. We were together for years. Bought a little house in Asheville, North Carolina. Artsy town, lots of hiking spots, craft beers, murals everywhere. She wanted a place where she could breathe freely. We built a life. Or so I thought. Last fall, she sat me down on our front porch, barefoot with her sage bundle in hand, and told me that monogamy was a construct of ownership. I still remember the steam curling off my coffee as I blinked, trying to process it. I asked her if she was already seeing someone. She said no, that she was just thinking aloud. Spoiler, she was lying. A week later, I found her journal. I wasn't snooping, not at first. It was on the kitchen counter, open to a page with bold black ink that read, "Tonight with Owen felt electric." No guilt, just fire. I didn't lose it. Didn't throw her stuff on the lawn or scream or cry. I just closed the journal, poured myself a drink, and stared out into the backyard where we once planned a garden. Brielle came home later that night humming to herself, cheeks flushed and smelling like someone else's cologne. I asked her about Owen. She didn't even deny it. Just smiled and said, "It's what I needed. We're not meant to belong to just one person, Nate." I said nothing. My silence, I think, scared her more than anger would have. She expected a fight. Instead, I started preparing my escape. I stayed 2 more months. Played the part. Supportive, neutral, occasionally affectionate. Meanwhile, I was selling my stock options, reconnecting with old college friends, researching properties out west. Then one morning in February, I left. No note. No warning. I waited for her to leave for her yoga retreat and packed what mattered, my guitars, laptop, clothes, and a picture of my dad. Transferred the house to her name. It was mostly hers anyway. Cleared our joint account of my share and drove to Colorado. She tried texting, calling. I blocked her. 3 weeks later, she found my new Instagram. Me grinning on a snowy trail, arm around someone new, a woman named Claire. Genuine. Smart. No riddles, no games. Just warmth. Brielle lost it. She posted long, moody poems about betrayal. Shared stories of being abandoned by someone who couldn't handle emotional depth. Told mutual friends I was emotionally stunted. But I didn't respond. Because here's the thing about people like Brielle. They want freedom, but only when they're the ones choosing it. When you walk away first, they call it betrayal. I didn't need to seek revenge. My happiness asterisk was the revenge. But then I got a message from Owen. And that changed everything. Owen's message was short, polite, almost too polite. "Hey man, I know this is weird, but I think we should talk. It's about Brielle." I stared at it for a solid 5 minutes. I'd blocked Brielle weeks ago, severed every connection to the life we shared. But Owen? The guy she cheated on me with? Why would he reach out? Curiosity won. I responded with a simple go ahead. His reply was instant. "Call me." This is better spoken. Against my better judgment, I did. He answered on the first ring. His voice. Shaky. Not cocky or smug like I'd imagined. He sounded like someone who hadn't slept. "I didn't know, Nate," he blurted. "I didn't know you two were still together. She told me you were open." I almost laughed. "That's rich." "No, seriously, she told me you were fine with it. That you had your own flings. That it was all out in the open." "She lied," I said coldly. A pause. Then Owen sighed, long and deep. "She did the same thing to me. Said we were exclusive after you left. Told me she wanted to build something real this time." I believed her. The knot in my stomach twisted. "We moved in together in March," he continued. "And last week, I found her phone unlocked. Same pattern. Different guy. His name's Levi." "Let me guess," I said. "She told him you were just a roommate?" Bingo. I leaned back, letting the irony wash over me. Karma wasn't just coming for her. It had already unpacked its bags. "She's not well, man," Owen added, his voice more pitying than angry. "I think she needs help." That line stuck with me. Not because I felt bad for her, but because part of me once believed I could fix her too. That I could be patient enough, understanding enough. That her detachment was just a phase. Now, hearing Owen repeat my old thoughts, I realized how deep her manipulation ran. A cycle. One that kept repeating. I hung up soon after, polite but firm. I didn't want to be friends with him. I wasn't looking for closure. But I appreciated the honesty. And for the first time in a long time, I felt vindicated. But then Brielle broke the silence herself. She emailed me. A rambling, chaotic message. No subject line. Just emotional landmines scattered across paragraphs. I don't know what happened to us. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought I needed space, but I just feel empty now. Everyone leaves. Or maybe I pushed them away. I saw your photos. Claire looks sweet. I hope she's not another version of me. I hope you're happy. I mean that. But it hurts. No apology. No ownership. Just echoes of guilt. Lightly dressed in poetic introspection. I didn't reply. Instead, I shared her email with Claire. She read it quietly, then looked at me and said, "You know she's still trying to control the narrative, right?" I nodded. I did. The truth was, Brielle hated not being the center of the storm. She could accept freedom, as long as she was the one walking away first. But me? Choosing peace? Choosing someone else? That shattered the illusion that she was always the one with options. A week later, a mutual friend from Asheville reached out. Told me Brielle had left town. Closed her art studio. Deleted most of her socials. She vanished the same way she came into my life, mysteriously and without warning. But before she disappeared completely, she left something behind. A voicemail. "I saw your post today. Claire's pregnant? I guess you really did move on. Just wish I knew what it felt like to be enough for someone." Click. I didn't play it for Claire. No reason to. That story was closed. Or so I thought. Because 2 months later, Brielle showed up in Colorado. She showed up on a Thursday afternoon, unannounced. Claire was out visiting her sister, and I had just come in from walking the dog when I saw the car, her car, parked down the street like it was trying not to be noticed. But I knew it. It had a dented front fender and that same faded "Free Your Spirit" bumper sticker she used to brag about. At first, I thought I was imagining things. Then I saw her, Brielle, standing at the end of my driveway like a ghost who hadn't realized she died. Same wild hair, same bohemian scarf. But the light in her eyes? Gone. I opened the door, but didn't step out. She looked up, unsure. "Hey, Nate." I said nothing. I was just passing through. Thought. "I don't know. I wanted to see you. You shouldn't be here." She nodded slowly, almost like she expected that. "Can I just talk for a minute?" A long silence passed between us. Finally, I stepped outside, but kept a good distance. I wasn't afraid of her, just wary. Like how you treat a flame that once burned you. She looked around, avoiding my eyes. "This place is beautiful." "Yeah, it is." I saw the post. "The baby. Claire looks good." "She is." Another long pause. Then she exhaled, shaky. "I messed everything up. I know that. I thought what I wanted was freedom, but I think what I really wanted was chaos. To feel something. Anything." Still, I said nothing. "I didn't come to win you back. I know that ship's gone. I've been in therapy, trying to figure out why I keep breaking things that are good for me. You weren't the problem, Nate. You never were." That hit different. Not because I needed to hear it, but because it was the first time she ever actually admitted it. "I hurt you," she said, eyes glistening now. "I made it seem like love was a trap, but the truth is, I was the one with the key. I just kept locking myself in." She smiled sadly. "I thought you'd be broken after I left. That you'd come crawling back. But you didn't. You healed. You built something better. That's the part that stings." That, right there, was the core of it. She didn't miss me. She missed the version of herself that had control, power. And now, stripped of it, she was forced to confront the one person she had always run from, herself. "I forgive you," I said finally. Her eyes widened. "But I don't want you in my life. Not as a friend, not as a memory I watered down. I want my child growing up in a world where love means trust. Not tests, not games." She nodded, tears falling now. "I get it." And for once, I think she really did. She walked back to her car without another word. No dramatic exit. No pleading. Just silence. I stood there until her car disappeared around the corner. Then I walked back inside, where Claire had left a note on the counter. "Picked up your favorite donuts. See you soon. Love you." "See." I smiled. Because the thing Brielle never understood, the thing people like her never understand, is that love isn't a cage. It's a choice. A daily one. Between two people willing to stay even when it's easier to run. She ran. I stayed. And now I'm free, not in spite of love, but because of it. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.